Alright, part 2 of the cameo and bit performance thing. I think I just got into Mark Ruffalo. Go ahead and talk for a minute about the crime that is the misuse, underuse of cast in the Harry Potter films. I have been railing against these from the start. None of them have made full use of their cast, despite the fact that their adult cast is like a who's who of British actors, and occasionally a couple of others have been in there that weren't actually Brits. That's a good cast. And the first couple movies were the only ones that made any effort to incorporate the cast. Of course, they were directed by Chris Columbus, who's not the greatest director in the world, and they were choppy and uneven. They were still good movies and a lot of fun, but they were the only ones that made full use of the adult cast, almost. Even the second one was showing some trouble there. And they gave John Cleese like one line in the second movie before they dropped him altogether in the third one. Nah, sorry, Mr. Cleese, that was wrong. And anyway, I'm sorry, that sounded more accusatory to John Cleese. It was more sympathy to him, accusatory to the others. Sorry. But anyway, starting with the second one, they've put far too much focus on the new teacher compared to the, I won't say too much focus, because I like the focus they've been giving on the new teachers, particularly the real standouts. And this year they gave pretty good focus to Jim Broadbent as Slughorn. I'll talk about that when I get to supporting actor. But most of these have been criminally underused. And the first one that comes up on my list, two of my favorite characters, Fred and George Weasley, are played by the twins James and Oliver Phelps. They're barely in Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, and frankly, they are one of the few where that's actually justified by the book. But during the brief time they're in, they're hilarious, they're on point, they are spot on as the character. They deserve a shout out, maybe even some sort of award for playing those characters. Zach Galifianakis is another fiery and up in the air, is excellent, despite the fact that he played a somewhat of a bumbling idiot in The Hangover. He actually has some decent acting ability. He even managed to get through G-Force fairly unscathed, somehow. So definitely his performance in Up in the Air was not a total shock to me, but it was welcome. Speaking of The Hangover, Mike Tyson had one of the other most buzzed about performances of the year. Not necessarily performance, but a cameo that got people talking. Although I have to say his tiger allowed for a little more amusement than he did. But it's still worth mention. Chris Messina and Away We Go. Excellent performance, very small role. Once again with the Potter films, David Thewlis was one of those teachers who got the benefit of the focus in the third movie, which is the one where Remus Lupin is introduced. He was almost left out of the fifth movie and barely in the sixth movie, despite the fact that he has a small role in each in the books. Criminal underuse of a talented actor for a great role. Lupin's a very popular character, needs more screen time. Also, Robbie Coltrane as Hagrid. Excellent choice for Hagrid. He has done a great job. He pretty much is the character to quite a few people. Barely used in the last three movies. Don't know why. Anyway, Lou Ferrigno, another cameo by a celebrity playing himself. Very amusing in I Love You Man. Although more for the amusement he sets up with other people. The jokes he sets up with other people. You know. Danny McBride, comedic actor who actually showed a little bit of dramatic skill in Up in the Air. Thomas Lennon had some of the best lines in I Love You Man. Jeffrey Tambor was great in The Hangover. Mike Myers was remarkably restrained and pretty good. One of those welcome cameos in Inglourious Bastards. Ken Jeong was quite funny in both The Hangover and Couples Retreat. William Hope was effective in Sherlock Holmes. Lenny Kravitz was remarkably effective in Precious, based on the novel Pushed by Sapphire. He's far more effective than that horrible title. Ray Romano, I've already mentioned for Funny People. Aziz Ansari was also good in Funny People. And finally, John Michael Higgins was, along with Ken Jeong, one of the funnier parts in Couples Retreat. To go on to the actresses, I'll go ahead and spend the next couple minutes talking about the ones that really were awesome. Catherine Keener is a very talented actor. Oscar loves her. She was nominated for her role in Spike Jonze's Being John Malkovich. And once again, Jones gets her to show some skill. And Where the Wild Things Are, she's only got a few minutes of screen time as Max's mom. And as the exasperated mom of a brat, she is brilliant. It's one of the best performances she's ever had. Very short, though, not long enough to qualify for supporting actress. So this is, again, very strong reason why they need this category. Once again, with Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, Evanna Lynch, the young lady who hounded the producers until they gave her the job for Luna Lovegood. Luna is one of my favorite characters. She is an otherworldly kook, and Lynch has captured that perfectly. She is brilliant for the role. Unfortunately, in this movie, they downplayed her role. She may have enough screen time for supporting actress, but that's really iffy. Really iffy. But also in that movie, Helen McCrory is definitely bit player. They introduced Narcissa Malfoy in the 4th book. For some reason, never got around to putting her in a movie until this year. McCrory plays Narcissa beautifully. She has one scene of note, a couple other minor scenes, and in that time she proves that she is very, very well suited for the role, and I can't wait to see what they do with her in the final movie when Narcissa plays a pivotal role. For really the first time in the series she plays a truly pivotal role. But anyway, so that was a nice taste of what's to come. She should get a shout out for that. Much has been made about Mariah Carey in Precious. True, she proved she can actually act. It was not the supporting role I was led to believe it was, though. It was a bit role. She did a very good job with it. She gets a shout out, but beware the hype. I was expecting more. Melanie Lynskey also was excellent in Away We Go. Brought some of the stronger drama to a mostly comedic movie. Okay, I'm having trouble flipping directly from one screen to the other. But anyway, Emma Thompson finally, well, I've done the top 5, but Emma Thompson was every bit as good as them in Education. Played the headmistress to Carey Mulligan's private school, and did a very, very solid job in just a handful of scenes. Terribly underrated actress. She's one of those people, Matt Damon and Ben Affleck come to mind, never nominated, if I remember correctly, for an acting award, yet an Oscar winner, if that makes any sense for an actor. She was nominated. She won, of course, for her screenplay for Sense and Sensibility. Yet I don't think she's ever been nominated for an actor, and she's a brilliant actress. So maybe sometime soon, but definitely she should get a shout out for this particular role. And I'm going to go ahead and cut it here before I finish the other actresses. All right.